Ronda Rousey.
Yep. Greatest athlete I've ever worked with.
Wow. What did she mean for the UFC?
She was huge at the right time and the right place. And women's fighting is where it is today because of her. And she was one of those athletes like anything, anywhere, anytime. She was a workhorse, great human being, brilliant. Yeah. The greatest athlete I've ever worked with.
Were you sad when she stepped away?
I was sad that I wouldn't work with her on a daily basis like we did, but I felt like the timing was right. She had done everything she set out to do, not just for her and her career, but what she did for women in fighting in general.
Right. And you see Amanda Nunes come in, and I watched that fight, and I'm looking at the capabilities that Amanda had versus what Ronda.
Well, what happened with Ronda was very unique in that she came in and put this thing on the world stage. This thing being women fighting.
Women fighting, yeah.
She put it on the world stage.
Correct.
Right? At a level that nobody else could have ever done it. And while she was doing what she was doing, building the sport and the UFC and women, all these other women were training to beat her. You know what I mean?
Yes.
She had taken so much on her shoulders at the time. It was literally impossible for her to keep growing as a fighter during that period.
Right. So now we see UFC fighters becoming movie stars. We see Ronda Rousey. We've mentioned to her, Conor McGregor. He was in his own movie. Ronda's been in several movies.
Mm-hmm.
Are you pleased with, do you like that your fighters, UFC, that they're becoming so big that they're able to brand out and even grow the UFC even more?
Well, you have Conors and Rondas that are very unique.
Yes.
It's hard to take those two and compare them to all the rest.
Right.
If you look at, we already talked about Conor, but if you look at Ronda, she came in and blew the UFC up for women, opened the doors for all women to come in. She's written books that have been New York Times bestsellers. She's written, she just wrote a screenplay for her own story. She went into the WWE and became a star.
Yeah.
Sponsorship deals she's done. There's things Ronda's done that will never be done again.
In the world of combat sports, few names resonate as profoundly as Ronda Rousey. From a meteoric rise in the UFC and Strikeforce to a groundbreaking transition into the WWE, Rousey has become a symbol of excellence and a trailblazer for women in combat sports. Today on History Books, we shall be exploring the life, career, and legacy of Ronda Rousey, examining her impact on the martial arts industry and her journey beyond the octagon. Ronda Jane Rousey was born on February 1st, 1987 in Riverside, California, USA. Introduced to judo at a young age by her mother, Anne-Marie Demas, a former world judo champion herself, Rousey quickly demonstrated an aptitude for the sport, and by 17, she qualified for the 2004 Athens Olympics, and in 2008, she became the first American to earn an Olympic medal in judo, securing a bronze in Beijing. After her Olympic success, Rousey transitioned into mixed martial arts, MMA. Her debut in amateur MMA saw her quickly rise through the ranks, leading to her professional debut in 2011. She won the Strikeforce Women Bantamweight Championship by defeating Miesha Tate with her signature armbar, a technique that became synonymous with her fighting style. In 2012, the UFC announced the inclusion of women in their promotion, with Rousey as their inaugural women's bantamweight champion. Her UFC debut against Liz Cameron in 2013 was a historic moment, drawing significant attention to women's MMA. Rousey defended her title multiple times, with victories often secured within the first round. Her dominance in the octagon including victories over high-profile fighters like Kat Zingano and Beth Correa, cemented her reputation as the greatest female fighter of her era. In 2018, Ronda Rousey made a surprising yet successful transition into professional wrestling with her WWE debut at WrestleMania 34. It was met with wild acclaim, showcasing her athleticism and charisma. Beyond the ring and the octagon, Rousey penned her autobiography, My Fight, Your Fight, which became a bestseller. The book offers an intimate look at her journey, struggles, and triumph, inspiring countless readers. Rousey also ventured into Hollywood with her role in major films such as The Expendables 3, Furious 7, and Mile 22, further showcasing her talent and broadening her influence. In 2017, Ronda Rousey married fellow MMA fighter Travis Browne. The couple welcomed their first child, a daughter named Lakaya Brown, in September 2021. Motherhood has brought a new dimension to Rousey's life, highlighting her ability to balance personal and professional endeavors. Ronda Rousey's legacy in the martial arts industry is unparalleled. She revolutionized women's MMA, bringing it to mainstream prominence and inspiring generations of female fighters. Her transition to WWE and Hollywood further solidified her status as a multifaceted superstar. Is Ronda Rousey the greatest woman fighter of all time? Her journey from an Olympic judoka to a dominant MMA champion and then to WWE superstardom exemplifies her versatility and resilience. What do you think? Is there any MMA fighter that you think is far greater, better than Ronda Rousey at the octagon? You can say that on the comment section below, and also like this channel, subscribe, and we'll be back on the next one on History Books.